Before the universe moves, it always gives signs. But not everyone notices. Before a storm arrives, the air changes. The light shifts. There's a silence that comes before the loudness. But only a few ever pause long enough to feel that silence. Most are too busy, too distracted, too lost in comfort and noise. And that's why only the chosen will see this before August 5. Right now, something is changing. It's not happening outside you. It's happening within. You can feel it if you're honest with yourself. There's a tension building, a pressure in the background. Not the kind that destroys, but the kind that demands transformation. It's the universe asking a question. Are you ready to become who you were meant to be, or will you remain stuck in who you've settled to be? That's what August 5 is about. It's not just a date. It's a turning point, a checkpoint in your life. And if you miss it, you don't just lose a day. You lose direction. The signs are already around you. The frustration you've been feeling, the restlessness, the moments of stillness that suddenly feel loud. That's not anxiety. That's the universe speaking. That's your life telling you time is running out to change. Most people wait for something dramatic to force them to grow. A breakup, a breakdown, a loss. But those are the loud signs. And by the time they come, it's already too late. The shift has already started. The door is already closing. August 5 is a warning before the loudness. It's a whisper you're being given in advance. And if you're wise, you'll act before the volume rises. Growth doesn't wait for comfort. It never has. It knocks once, maybe twice, and then it walks away, because those who are meant to rise don't need to be convinced. They just feel it and they move. They see the signs before the rest. They don't need permission. They don't wait to be ready. They get ready. That's what separates the chosen from the rest. The chosen don't see change as a threat. They see it as a door. But that door closes fast. And August 5 is not the beginning of change. It's the end of your chance to prepare. Ask yourself, how long have you been getting the signs? How many times have you told yourself, I need to stop wasting time. I need to take this seriously. I need to leave what's not helping me grow? Those thoughts weren't random. They were placed inside you. But the truth is, the universe doesn't repeat itself forever. It gives you a season, and this season ends on August 5. If you ignore the signs now, don't be surprised when pain forces you to grow later. Because growth will happen with or without your cooperation. And it's always easier to choose it before it chooses you. The real danger is not what will happen if you fail. It's what will never happen because you stayed the same. That's the cost most people never calculate. The missed potential, the future you never meet, the version of yourself that dies before it's born. That's what's at stake. That's why the energy around August 5 feels so heavy. It's not pressure, it's possibility. And the weight of possibility is only unbearable to those who refuse to act. Right now, the universe is not asking you to be perfect. It's asking you to be awake enough to feel what's coming, brave enough to respond, humble enough to change. August 5 is your signal. It's not just another day. It's the day that separates those who saw it coming from those who say, I never saw it coming. This is your moment, and you won't get another one quite like it. You know what you need to leave. You know what you need to begin. You know what you've been tolerating. That's killing your spirit. So the question isn't what to do. The question is, will you do it now, or will you wait for life to break you before you finally act? The universe rewards those who move without being forced. And August 5 is the final call before force becomes the only option left. Those who don't listen now will feel regret louder than they expect. They'll wonder why they feel so behind, so lost, so stuck, and they'll forget that they once had the chance to act when everything inside them said, now. But they didn't. They waited. They hesitated. They scrolled. They chose comfort, and the universe moved on without them. But you still have time. Not much, but enough. Enough to change the rhythm. enough to say no more, enough to wake up before August 5 arrives and finds you unprepared. The window is closing. The question is simple. Are you going to wake up or are you going to wish you had? Because after August 5, the shift will be complete, and those who didn't see it were never meant to. Not everyone will understand what August 5 truly means, because not everyone has trained themselves to see. Most people think the world only moves through what they can touch, hear, or measure. But the truth is, the most important movements are invisible. The shifts that matter happen in energy, in silence, in thought. And only the disciplined can read those shifts. The rest keep walking blind until life forces them to stop. If your life feels heavy right now, if you feel like something is building up, but you can't explain it, that's the signal. You're being pulled into a moment of decision. August 5 is not about something happening to you. It's about what's already been happening within you, the mind, and only those who've disciplined their mind can understand what's coming. Because discipline is not about rules, it's about clarity. And clarity is what separates those who rise from those who repeat. Every single day, life throws distractions at you. Screens, opinions, noise, comfort. And all of it has one purpose: to keep you from hearing yourself. But the universe never shouts, it whispers. It leaves signs. It moves energy. And only those who've trained themselves to be still can notice when the air changes. August 5 is not for the noisy. It's not for the chaotic. It's not for the ones waiting for permission. It's for the disciplined, those who are tuned in, sharp, alert. You don't become that kind of person by accident. You become it through discipline, through getting up even when you don't feel like it, through sitting with your thoughts when others run from theirs, through keeping promises to yourself when no one's watching. That is what prepares you for August 5, because on that day, a shift will happen, a door will open or close, and those who are undisciplined won't even see it. They think it was just another Monday. But the ones who've been training, they'll feel the moment and they'll act. The reason many miss their moment is not because they aren't good enough. It's because they've allowed their senses to become dull. They don't listen to their inner pull anymore. They've traded clarity for comfort. And the cost is that when the universe makes a move, they don't respond because they can't feel it. They've numbed themselves for too long. And on August 5, that will become clear. The difference between the ones who saw it and the ones who didn't will be undeniable. Discipline isn't about being better than anyone else. It's about becoming better than your past self. Every time you avoid the distraction, every time you say no to what drains you, every time you choose growth over comfort, you sharpen your awareness. And that awareness is what makes you ready for moments like this. Moments when the universe whispers, no. The undisciplined will need a loud crisis to wake up. But the disciplined, they only need a small sign because they're already watching. Ask yourself honestly, how have you been training? Have you been building yourself? Or have you been slipping, delaying, excusing? Because August 5 will not wait for you to be ready. It will come, and either you'll rise with it or you'll be left behind in the noise. This is not about fear. It's about responsibility. You know the truth already. You felt the need to change. You've heard the call in moments of silence. The only question now is, will you follow through? You cannot access the next version of your life with a distracted mind. You cannot walk through the next door with the same excuses. You need a sharp mind, a clean heart, a focused spirit. That only comes through discipline. That only comes when you decide, I won't be average anymore. Most people want change but refuse to prepare for it. They want a better life but aren't willing to train for it. August 5 will divide the two, those who prepared and those who pretended time. Time is not the issue. Focus is, energy is. You don't need more time, and you need more discipline with the time you already have. If you've been wasting your days chasing validation, scrolling away your potential, then understand this: the cost of that distraction will show itself on August 5. And once it does, regret won't help you. Only preparation will. If you've been training in silence, if you've been working when no one believed in you, if you've been staying consistent, then know this: August 5 will be your moment. It's not a reward, it's a recognition. The universe always moves in alignment with discipline. It doesn't give breakthroughs to those who aren't ready to carry them. This is your time to decide. You still have time to sharpen. You still have time to return to the path, but don't delay any longer because the window is closing. And when it shuts, it will not open again the same way. Be the one who saw it coming. Be the one who moved before they were pushed. Be the one who was ready, because the universe is making a move on August 5, and only the disciplined will understand what to do when it does. Every person has made silent promises to themselves late at night when no one is watching. In moments of pain, in moments of truth, you said to yourself, "This is it. I will not stay the same. I will not waste another day. I will become more than this." But words mean nothing without action. The universe does not respond to what you say. It responds to what you do. And August 5 is the moment where those silent promises will be tested. This is not a threat. It is a law. The inner contracts you made with yourself are not forgotten. They remain. And when the time comes, life checks to see if you meant what you said, if you were serious, if you were committed. That time is now. That time is August 5. The test is already forming. And those who kept avoiding, hiding, postponing, they will feel it. The universe does not forget. It remembers the night you cried and said, "I need to change." It remembers the time you said, "No more wasted time. No more fake people. No more self-sabotage." You may have let those moments fade, but life didn't. Those were not just emotional outbursts. They were contracts. And now you are being asked to deliver, not tomorrow, not someday, but before August 5 arrives. The mistake people make is thinking they'll always have more time. They believe they can keep pushing their growth to later. But later has an expiration date. And August 5 is that line. It's a checkpoint, a moment when the energy around you shifts, and either you rise with it or you stay behind. There is no in between. There is no more waiting. The test will not come in the way you expect. It might show up as discomfort, as pressure, as people leaving, as plans falling apart. But don't misread the signs. That's not life breaking you. That's life pushing you, forcing you to step up, making sure you are aligned with what you said you wanted. If you made a silent promise to stop living small, August 5 will bring situations where small no longer works. If you promise to remove toxic habits, expect them to tempt you one last time. This is how the universe checks your truth. The test is not meant to destroy you. It is meant to reveal you, to show whether the version of you from 6 months ago who was desperate for change still exists, or whether you've allowed that hunger to die. Too many people make promises when it's dark and forget them when the light returns. But real growth honors those promises when no one else remembers them. Real growth means you do not negotiate with your past self's pain. This is why August 5 matters, because it's not random, it's precise. It's a line drawn in your timeline. Before it, you were preparing. After it, the results begin. That's why it feels intense right now, why your emotions are louder, why your patterns are clearer, why your excuses feel heavier. You're not being attacked, you're being refined. And only the ones who stay awake through this process will understand what they gained on the other side. You have to look at yourself honestly. Have you kept the promises you made? Or did you get distracted? Did you settle back into comfort? Did you talk about change but avoid the actions that require discipline, pain, sacrifice? because this moment doesn't care about your reasons. It only responds to your readiness. And readiness isn't a feeling, it's a decision. Stop waiting to feel motivated. Motivation fades. What lasts is commitment. You either meant it when you said, I'm done living like this, or you didn't. And August 5 will make that obvious, not just to the world, but to yourself. Because the hardest truth to face is when you know you betrayed your own word. The deepest regret is not failure, it's self abandonment. And you don't want to carry that past this moment. So now is the time to ask, what did I promise myself that I still haven't done? What version of me is waiting to be activated? What pain did I experience that I swore would never be repeated? And am I still moving like that pain matters? Or did I forget? Did I get lazy? Did I trade my growth for temporary comfort? No more pretending. No more delays. The door is closing, and only the ones who are aligned with their higher self will be able to walk through. This is a sacred window, a powerful one. And the cost of missing it is not another failure, it's another version of you that never gets to exist. Honor the promises, not with more talk, not with emotion, but with action, with silence, with dedication, with choices that reflect who you want to become, not who you've always been. August 5 is watching. The universe is moving. The contract is in front of you. Sign it with your discipline. Sign it with your truth. Or walk away and accept what comes, because you are either keeping your word or you are breaking it. There is no middle, and the difference between the two will shape your entire future. You cannot move forward while dragging your past behind you. What has been must end. What was comfortable must be left. If you try to carry your old identity into what's coming, the door will close in front of you. August 5 is not just another day. It is a filter, a moment where everything false is stripped away, a moment where only the real can pass through. Many want to change, but few are willing to let go of who they've been. They hold on to habits that drain them, to people who delay them, to stories that limit them, and then they wonder why nothing shifts. But life does not allow you to evolve and stay the same. One must die for the other to live. You cannot be both the version of you that stayed small and the version of you that's about to rise. On August 5, that choice will be made. You've outgrown things. You know that. But the fear of leaving them behind is what keeps you trapped. You say you want freedom, but you continue living like a prisoner. You say you want peace, but you return to chaos. This isn't confusion. This is resistance. The resistance that comes when your identity is too tied to who you used to be. But if you want a different life, you need to release the life that no longer fits. That's the cost of crossing into the next level. And August 5 is the moment of crossing. Don't expect the transition to feel comfortable. Growth rarely does. You will feel exposed. You will feel uncertain. That's normal. When a snake sheds its skin, it becomes vulnerable for a while. But that's the only way it survives. Holding on to what no longer belongs will only suffocate you. The weight of your old self is too heavy for this next chapter, and the weight will break you if you don't drop it voluntarily. Ask yourself, who are you still pretending to be? What roles are you still performing that no longer serve you? What habits are you holding on to just because they feel familiar? This is the time to look honestly, to confront the false layers, because those layers cannot survive August 5. The universe is moving. The vibration is changing. And anything that is not real, anything that is not aligned, will be left behind. You might not even realize how much your identity is limiting you, the way you speak to yourself, the excuses you accept, the patterns you defend. These are not harmless. They are anchors. And August 5 will cut the cord one way or another. You can choose to let go with grace or be forced to let go through pain. Either way, the letting go will happen. There's no more space for half-hearted action. No more space for maybe. You're either stepping into who you are becoming or clinging to who you were told to be. Growth demands full surrender. You must be willing to leave the room of your past, close the door, and never look back. That's how transformation works. It's not a gentle transition, it's a death and rebirth. And on August 5, many will miss the rebirth because they were afraid of the death. You've known for a while what you need to leave behind: a behavior, a belief, a person, a version of yourself. Don't pretend you don't know, you do. And August 5 will make that truth impossible to ignore. It will put pressure exactly where you've been avoiding. It will expose the gap between your words and your actions. It will reveal who's truly ready and who's still playing games with their own potential. But understand this clearly. What waits for you on the other side is not destruction, it is freedom. Once the old identity falls, once the false self dissolves, what's left is power. What's left is your real self. And your real self is not afraid. It is not unsure. It is not weak. It is clear, focused, calm. But to reach that place, you must burn the mask, burn the old stories, burn the version of you that keeps repeating the same life while praying for change. Don't try to walk into the next chapter dressed like the last. The world you want cannot be reached with the mindset that created the life you're trying to live. You must evolve. You must become. That means acting differently, thinking differently, responding differently. You are not here to repeat cycles. You are here to break them. August 5 is the point of separation, the old from the new, the past from the future, the stagnant from the awakened. And that separation will be sharp, it will be clear. The door will open for some and stay shut for others, not because of luck, but because of readiness, because of alignment, because the universe only matches what you're truly willing to become. So now is the time. You still have a chance to choose, a chance to release, a chance to finally stop pretending. But don't wait. Don't wait for life to force your hand. Don't wait until you lose something to wake up. Rise now. Release now. Transform now. Because once August 5 arrives, the door will not wait. And you must be ready or be left behind with the weight of who you refuse to let go. Pain is the price for those who delay. And August 5 is the deadline. You've already been warned. Life has already sent the signs. But signs mean nothing to those who refuse to open their eyes. If you don't move now, you will be moved. But when life moves you through suffering, the cost is much higher. The time to change is before the pressure breaks you. And that time is almost gone. You can feel it. Deep down, something inside you already knows that August 5 is not just another date. It's a moment where choices become consequences. A moment when silence becomes noise. If you've been ignoring the signals, the discomfort, the frustration, the stagnation, then understand this. Those weren't random. Those were your last warnings. And when you ignore warnings, pain is the only teacher left. People wait until it hurts to make a move. They wait until their health fails, until their relationships fall apart, until their spirit breaks. Why? Because they don't respect the quiet signs. They wait for chaos to wake them up. But the wise don't need chaos. They listen while it's still peaceful. They respond when the message is still soft. The rest, they pay in suffering. And on August 5, many will learn this the hard way. Growth is always an option, but it's not always available. There's a window, a season, and once it passes, you don't get the same opportunity again. You might get a new one, but it won't come the same way, and it won't come without damage. That's why this moment matters so much. The window is still open, but it's closing fast, and after August 5, regret will become louder than desire. There are people who will feel deep confusion after August 5 and won't know why. They'll feel stuck, off balance, emotionally drained, not because life punished them, but because they ignored the moment they were meant to act. That moment is now. Right now, this is the moment where you decide whether you suffer from change or you suffer from staying the same. Either way, there is a cost, but only one path sets you free. The universe does not care about your reasons. It doesn't pause for your comfort. It doesn't slow down for your fear. It keeps moving, And those who don't move with it will feel the tension. That tension is the result of resistance. Resistance to truth, resistance to growth, resistance to responsibility. And resistance will always be met with pressure. Pressure that builds until it becomes pain. You already know what you need to stop. You already know what's not working. You already know what must change. But knowing is not enough. Thinking is not enough. Life doesn't reward potential. It rewards action. And August 5 will expose the difference between the ones who talked about it and the ones who did it. There will be no middle ground, no excuses, just results. If you keep postponing the work, it only gets harder. Procrastination turns small corrections into deep wounds. What you ignore today becomes what controls you tomorrow. That's the price. And it's a price that always increases. The cost of ignoring your path is not just failure, it's living a life you know is beneath you. That's the suffering no one talks about. The silent pain of staying small when your soul knows it's meant for more. August 5 is not just a date. It is the line where this silent suffering either ends or begins. It is your chance to say enough, enough waiting, enough lying to yourself, enough pretending you don't care. Because the truth is you do care. You've always cared. That's why it hurts. That's why you feel the pressure. That's why this message even reaches you. You are being called to rise, not because you're weak, but because you're ready. The ones who ignore this call will experience this same cycle again, just with more weight, more pain, more disappointment. And the worst part is they'll know it could have been different. That's what makes the pain sharper. Not the loss, but the knowing it was avoidable. But you can still choose. You still have time. Not much, but enough. Enough to act. Enough to wake up. Enough to turn the pressure into power. August 5 is the threshold, the last warning. After that, the lesson becomes real. And the ones who refuse to listen will finally understand. But by then, the cost will be felt deeply. You don't need motivation. You need movement. You don't need more chances. You need to use the one that's in front of you. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be honest and bold enough to follow that honesty with action. That's it. It's simple, but it's not easy. And that's what makes it powerful. When August 5 comes, what will you say? Will you say, I was ready? Or will you say, I wish I had listened? That answer is being written right now in what you do, not what you feel. So move before life moves you. This is not a motivational speech. This is a warning, a message not wrapped in comfort, but in urgency. August 5 is not for inspiration. It is not for entertainment. It is a moment of exposure, a point in time when everything you've been avoiding, denying, postponing, it will surface. It will show the truth always does. You've been told many things. To stay calm, to take your time, to not rush your growth. But there comes a point when delay becomes self-destruction. When the lie you tell yourself, I'm not ready yet, becomes the very chain holding you back. And that point is August 5. It's not a beginning. It's not a soft entry. It is a split, a divide, a separation between those who listened and those who dismissed the signs. Right now, if you're still waiting for another sign, then you're not serious. The signs were already given. The discomfort you've been feeling, the lack of peace, the quiet frustration, that it was the sign. Life doesn't always speak with words. It speaks through energy. It speaks through resistance. It speaks through moments that feel like breakdowns, but are really openings. And those openings are not permanent. They close. August 5 is when this one closes. This is the part people don't want to hear. Growth is painful. Transformation is uncomfortable. You will lose things. You will lose people. You will lose versions of yourself you thought were real. But if you avoid that pain, you will stay in a life that doesn't belong to you. And over time, that becomes worse than any discomfort growth could have given you. Pain from change is temporary. Pain from staying stuck is forever. Don't mistake this message for hype. It's not here to lift you up. It's here to shake you awake, Too many are sleeping with their eyes open, living the same day on repeat, hiding behind routines, acting like tomorrow is promised. But it's not. What A is promised is that life will hold you accountable. August 5 will do exactly that. It will hold a mirror to your actions, not your dreams, not your words, your actions. That's why this message is not for everyone. Only the chosen will feel it, not because they're special, but because they've been paying attention. They've been listening to the silence. They've been watching the patterns. They've been preparing while others were distracting themselves. That's what separates the chosen, not talent, not luck, but awareness. And awareness requires responsibility. When you know, you can't pretend anymore. You can't keep saying, someday. You can't keep playing small. You can't keep surrounding yourself with distractions. Awareness forces you to act. And August 5 is the call to action. If you don't move now, you'll regret it later. And regret is a slow poison. What will happen on August 5 is not something dramatic on the outside. It's internal. It's energetic. A shift in momentum. A closing of a door. The ones who were ready will feel relief, progress. Momentum. The ones who weren't will feel heaviness, confusion, misalignment. Nothing will feel right and they won't know why. But deep down, they'll know they missed their moment. You are still in the window, but not for long. This is the time to make decisions you've been avoiding, to have conversations you've been postponing, to walk away from patterns you've been hiding behind. Because the longer you wait, the louder the consequences become. And life will not hold back just because you were hesitant. The universe rewards courage, not comfort. This is your responsibility. No one will do it for you. No one is coming to save you. The truth is, the version of you that's needed now, you haven't fully met them yet. You haven't fully stepped into them. But they're waiting, and they don't survive in the old life you've been living. They need something new, new thoughts, new actions, new standards. August 5 is the transition point. So stop looking for motivation. Start acting from necessity. Stop asking for signs. Start becoming the sign. Stop wishing for clarity. Start creating it through discipline. This is how it works. You don't get more time. You get a moment. And you either use it or lose it. This is that moment. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to be honest. Honest about what you need to let go. Honest about what you need to face. Honest about how much you've been holding back. And then you move. You move fast. You move fully. Because August 5 does not wait for hesitation. And when it passes, you will either feel empowered or exposed. One comes from preparation. The other comes from avoidance. You choose. This message was not meant to make you feel good. It was meant to make you feel ready. Because when August 5 arrives, there is no going back, only forward or stuck. Decide, act, transform before it's too late.